Hey, what's up, guys? Here for my Guilty Gear Stripe beta review video, and yeah, I'm worried. I'm concerned. Pretty sure a lot of you guys probably watched my gameplay videos of the beta. Obviously, I didn't have time to practice, in terms of offline, because there's no offline mode, so I had to just make do with what I had with my legacy skills. Combined with bad netcode, I mean, man, I couldn't do a lot of shit. I want to do more, but I can't because I don't have time to practice. Like I said, practice mode helps, but I can at least understand the system a little better. But man, from the impressions I got in the beta, man, this, ugh, God, there's so much wrong with this game. I mean, first of all, the obvious is the interfaces. Meh, it needs work. The UI is not very good. It's very un-Guilty Gear. Arc System Works, I don't know why they're going with this simplistic design choice. It doesn't even look remotely metal. It just doesn't fit. It's an improvement from the last one, but that's not really saying much. So, yeah, the UI definitely needs work. Second thing, obviously, is I think the one that people hate the most is the freaking lobby system. That is just ass. Like, seriously, I don't know what the hell they were thinking when they designed that. It's such a piece of shit. There's nothing interesting about it. It doesn't even look Guilty Gear at all. I wouldn't even know this game was Guilty Gear with just showing me in the lobby. So, again, our system works. Why? Why do you have this god awful lobby system that nobody asked for? I don't know where their minds were. It's concerning. It really makes me concerned because there's the direction is just all over the place. It's like, where is your mind, guys? Where is your thinking? I don't understand your vision. Like, help me help you, because I don't understand. Like, there's such a disconnect. Like, I don't understand what our system workers is trying to accomplish with just being all over the place. There's no theme. It's just like, first it's like, oh man, let's make the game all super gritty and awesome looking, and then let's put this Nintendo Switch interface. Like, but we'll throw a few gears in there and a few names that say Guilty Gear or whatever on it, and people will know it's Guilty Gear. I'm like, yeah, it's the only reason I know it's Guilty Gear is because you have to tell me it's Guilty Gear. I couldn't just look at it and go, oh man, that feels Guilty Gear. Nope. But yeah, those are the obvious ones. Gameplay wise, the biggest problem is definitely the fucking damage. Unbelievable how ridiculous the damage is. It's so bad. It's like playing Street Fighter 2. It's like when Blanca used to do his ball attack and you would do a Shoryuken on it and do 80% of his life. That's what it feels like. It's like, oh my god, everything does so much damage for no reason. And there's 100% kill combos in the game, like people have already figured out. And a lot of them are just repetitive loops, just dumb loops. It's like, oh my god, why is this so much damaging and why is this so scrub friendly? Like, you don't really have to do much other than, outside of a few things. There's no reason to be creative. The optimal damage choice is to spam certain moves because that's what does the most damage. That's what's the most efficient. Oh, I want to use other moves. Why do that when you can do this? As another video I watched, which I was literally dying laughing because his name was Globeku. Props to him on his video. He said, man, that one comment at 906 in his video where he goes, herder wild throw. I went out and lost my shit because that is so fucking true. It's like you just see soul bad guy players that get you on pressure. And then herder wild throw, bam, half your life. I'm like, uh-huh. That's so aggravating. It's like just having a main character that can do Potemkin Buster damage as a normal throw option, and he can run and do mix-ups and shit. Yeah, that sounds real fair. That sounds real fair. But yeah, just the damage needs to be toned down like significantly. I would say at least 20% across the board, at least, and that's probably not even gonna fix the problem. You're still gonna have a lot of damage. It's just you need to fix, the combo scaling. It doesn't seem to scale much until you get into really later hits. So you could still do a shit ton of damage just with like a 4 or 5 hit combo that can almost kill an enemy, which is dumb. Other problems of the game is Gatlings. Obviously, it's a major concern. People, the combo routes are just really limited. You can't really press buttons the way you want to. You have to do very specific button presses, and there's a lot of frame linking like Street Fighter Five. That's another thing that kills me. Is like this game plays like Street Fighter Five. It's like, why does Guilty Gear play like Street Fighter? That is not Guilty Gear. It's so like that is not the gameplay style. Guilty Gear is always about pressing buttons, about doing stuff, about being complete utter chaos. Now I feel like they're just taking that away, and they just want you to play things very Street Fighter esque. Lots of footsies, lots of neutral, and then just overall simple. They don't want you to really do too much. The only time the game really becomes really complex is when you implement the Roman cancel system because of all the features that it provides. The slowdown effect is really interesting. That I think is going to change up a lot of gameplay. And then the obviously I think this is like the dash cancel Roman cancel where you like Roman cancel and you like dash. That one's interesting too. Like I said, there's some neat little systems, and the way the combos hit are pretty interesting. Like I like the bouncing mechanics. Like each move hits a different way, and I was like, okay, there's some pretty cool stuff. But there's no reason to really utilize it because you can just there's optimal damage stuff that's easy to do that you don't need to implement. You don't need to use those tools. You need to just spam one specific move that's really powerful, that's very fast, you can just loop over and over. It's silly. It's like Fafnir loops. It's like, oh, let's do 5 Fafnirs because 5 Fafnirs is just so much fucking damage. Or Bandit Bringer, Bandit Bringer, Bandit Bringer. I'm like, I'm just like, why? It's so dumb. So, but yeah, the damage and the Gatlings are a big concern. Also, instant blocking is shit. Instant blocking is so garbage now. There's no reason to really use it because it doesn't provide anything but meter gain. It's such a wasted tool now. It used to be really good. Like, it used to be legitimately good. Now it's like, wow, you gain meter so fast in this game anyway. So why do you make it gain meter? I don't understand. I mean, why don't you have it do anything else but gain meter? I mean, again, it's such a useless mechanic now. It really feels like just pointless. So again, I don't know where the vision is. Like, like who are they appealing to? Aside new players, because it just seems like the new players is what they care about. They don't really care about the veteran Guilty Gear players. That's my opinion. Other things that suck. I hate the fact that some of stuff is everything is air blockable without repercussion. So if somebody jumps in on you, as long as you're holding back, they don't have to worry about you retaliating because you're safe. And it just and then when everything hits you, you just go back to neutral. It's like, oh, I blocked the DP near. Okay, break it up, guys. Back to neutral. That constantly occurs in the game. I feel like you're always resetting neutral in everything you do. It's always reset neutral. Like, what is up with that reset neutral shit? It's like I hate it so much. It's so bad. Like, that's not Guilty Gear. That's Street Fighter. It's Street Fighter 5 shit. Like, what is up with that reset neutral? I don't get it. It's so aggravating. Let's see what else we got. I'm going through my list right now of what needs to change, what feels good. Actually, I didn't really have too many positives. The only positives, like I said, I like the Roman cancels. The combo mechanic, the way it is interesting. Meter gain is nice. Obviously, the visuals and music, we're not even going to argue with that. That's the best shit in the game. Top tier crap. No one's going to disagree with that. But yeah, damage, neutral, I hate the way the attacks feel. Attacking in the game feels really sluggish. Everything seems really slow. Like, movement is fine. I don't mind the movement. I don't like the way the moves feel, though. Like, it's everything that involves an attack. Normal attacks, all that, they're so weighty. Like, everything feels like a guy in my chat said, it feels like someone's hitting you with a piece of ham. Blah, blah, it's like, what is up with that? It's not crisp. It's not snappy. It's very... Like, if you play, like, Exerd or Guilty Gear XX, everything feels so much more snappy. Everything's so fast, and it's very fluid. And you have a lot of control. This one, it feels like you don't. It really doesn't. It's like the only time you feel fast is when you're not pushing buttons. You push buttons, and it's like, oh, look, I feel slow as molasses. Like, you can see it when you just see recovery and it moves and stuff. It's like, wow, it's slow. And I don't like that. It doesn't feel like Guilty Gear. It feels like, again, Street Fighter V. And then everybody, for some reason, has to follow the Slayer mentality with frame linking. Like, that seems to be like a thing that every character needs to do now. Every character needs to frame link now. Which is like, Guilty Gear was never like that. It's Slayer focused on that, which is fine. Comb focuses on that. That's fine. But having everybody do it, I don't know. I don't agree with that choice. I think that's silly. Dust is definitely way too rare. Doing your knockup with Dust in a counter state is like, God, I rarely see that fucking thing. It's such a rare occurrence, and I don't know. It just feels like I, I don't. I like the dust mechanic, like bouncing off the wall. It's interesting, but at the same time, I feel that having the air dust. I liked an Exerd because you can choose which kind of dust you can do. You can do the wall dust or you can do the air dust. I like that choice. Having to go. Okay, do I want to go for the wall setup or do I want to go for the air combo? That was really cool. And then this one is just, okay, well, if it's a normal dust, it's always the wall. If it's a counter dust, it's always the air. And the wall dust is obviously better than the counter dust because the wall dust gets you into the corner. And you don't obviously have to end the combo. You want to keep them in the corner, or if you want you want the meter gain, which is nice. But the counter hit dust, it doesn't really give you anything. It's gonna just reset neutral again. Again, these decisions, I don't get the point of it. Like, so much emphasis, just reset neutral, reset neutral, reset neutral. Like I said, it feels like you're fighting in a boxing match where you're just having the referee constantly going, break it up, okay, fight. It's always that. It's like, oh my god. So silly. Yes. Oh, yeah. Another thing that's messed up is the aerial. There is no aerial combat in this game whatsoever. They want you to stay on the ground. They really don't want you in the air at all. I really feel like the air is just if it's only just to get in on an approach. That's the only reason. There's no reason to air combo. There's no reason to do air setups. It's stay on the ground. It's so much ground play. It's like, what the fuck? Like, Guilty Gear was never about ground play. There should be a lot more aerial options. I mean, doing stuff in the air is really fun, and I feel like they just totally gutted that out. I know in the Amelia video we saw a lot of stuff where she can do stuff in the air, which is cool. But I think the aerial combat needs to go across all characters, not just specific ones. I think it's a fun system to go beyond the ground. I play Guilty Gear because it's all over the place. It lets you have the variety to to choose the way you want to play. But this game feels like it's just, nope, we don't want you doing that. We need you to play this way. You need to do this setup. You need to do this move, this combo. You're like, it wants to be uniform. And I don't get why they're trying to take away that creative expression from our players. You know, we like that kind of stuff. We like to have that creativity. That's important to us. It's important to me. Like, I think that individual expression is crucial in a fighting game. To make you want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. I don't want to be like everybody else. That's not fun. Copycat is never fun. Monkey see, monkey do. It's like unga bunga. And then the last thing that I have a feeling I already know that this is not probably a point of discussion, and Arc System Works is aware, is the moves list. It's incomplete. You can tell people are lacking tools. Kai feels the most complete in this game. He feels the least gutted. He's got everything. Like, he's not missing anything. It's like, why is he the least gutted character? And then you look at characters like Soul, who's missing like 3 moves. Like, what the... I mean, I don't think he needs it that much, but it's still, at the same time, it's like, come on, like, where's his Dragon Install? Where's his, he doesn't have a Riot Stomp. Shit like that. It's like, what the fuck? Like, where are his other moves? Potemkin doesn't have, Trishula. I mean, Trishula was kind of a gimmicky move. I don't know if it'd be useful here. Maybe. Could be. He also doesn't have a Gigantor Bullet. I think it's the move after the shield. I missed that move too. I thought that was cool. That was a cool move. Took that out too. He doesn't have that aerial grab move that's missing. May is like gutted. Like, holy shit, May feels just like way overly simple now. Like, where's Mr. Otter, man? I want Mr. Otter back. Mr. Otter was so much fun with all the setup she can do. They took that out. They took out her spinning attack suit. She had 2 spinning supers with her anchor. Those are both gone. Again, Faust doesn't have Concho. It's like, what the fuck? How could you not have Concho with Faust? I'm hoping that's just because the game he's just not finished. But yeah, him missing Concho is like, I just hope that's not the case. Again, I hope they're gonna add more moves. Because it does feel like some moves are pretty gutted from certain characters. They could add more. Axel's missing a super. Like, again, they need to add more moves. So I think everybody should have at least 2 supers for one. I definitely think that's the case. That needs to happen. But yeah. Overall, my initial impression, I'm concerned. That's the biggest thing I am. I am concerned. I played this whole beta for all 15 hours, and I'm worried. I have a feeling that we're going down a dark path, and I don't want to see this game go to shit, because it seems like it's not made for Guilty Gear fans. It's made for Street Fighter fans. It's made for Street Fighter casuals. It's made for casuals. It's just people that just want to go unga bunga and look at how fun this game is. People that don't play fighting games. It's not meant for people that actually want to play Guilty Gear, a real Guilty Gear game. And I'm going to see a lot of people just going to fly back to Xrd. I really think it's going to happen. Everybody's going to run back to Xrd. Because they're like, well, that was fun. And then let's play a real game. So, I'm hoping I'm wrong and they change things. Like, you got to submit your feedback, everybody. You got to be vocal. You have to voice your concerns. Because at this point, they're not going to listen if you don't say anything. They're just going to keep doing what they're doing. Because especially when the release date is supposedly in fall, which is like September, October, that is extremely worrisome. That tells me right there, one, the roster is going to be small. It's going to be like... I don't even think they're going to get 12 characters out at that time. If it's going to be like 12 characters and to keep it the way it is, we're in trouble. This game is going to be fucking garbage. But I'm hoping they take the feedback and then they go, hey, I think we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit and, delay the game. That would actually make me happy if they say, hey, due to recent feedback, they say we're gonna delay it till next year summer or something like that, I would have been like, you know what, that makes me. I would feel a sigh of relief if that happened, because then that means they realize that they fucked up. But you guys just need to be vocal, be constructive with your criticism. Don't just tell them it fucking sucks. You guys suck. That does not get the point across. They're not going to listen to you. You need to tell them what's wrong and show and explain to them what needs to change. And hopefully they take that feedback to heart and realize, like, hey, you know, this doesn't work. You know, you should change this. This is a good idea. There's not. That's the problem is there's more bad ideas than good ideas. There's a few good ideas, but there's a lot of bad ideas. So, anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hit the like if you guys like it. Subscribe to my channel. I stream pretty much every day, but I'll be on Guilty Gear Strive stuff more often. Do as much as I can, and I'm glad everybody likes the music. And you know, I definitely ripped up the music. Hey, that's one department we all win. We all get an awesome soundtrack. So that's something I can say. We can all say it. We can all agree on is the music is rocking. Daisuke, I love you. You're an awesome guy. You're my favorite developer. But yeah, dude, don't go down that dark path, man. You gotta stay focused. Be on task. Be on target. Don't go where you're going now, because you're. That's not what we want. The fans don't want this. So, take care, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.